Welcome back to MGSTV. I'm your host Winnie Wu. Today we have Mr. Mick Caban, Pre-Sales Manager Asia for IGT. Mick, welcome to MGSTV.
Thank you much for having me, Winnie.
It's the first ever Macau gaming show. What are your impressions so far?
It's been a very good turnout by all of the suppliers. There's some great exhibits here. One of the problems that some of the bigger suppliers that support the other gaming shows had is the short notice. It caught us by surprise a little bit. We didn't have planned the budget, but we got our stand up and running, and we're seeing good customers, which is a good thing.
The stock of slot machines in Macau has grown from almost nothing to around 16,000 machines in the last decade. How many machines do you think Macau might have in 10 years from now?
10 years from now? I would suggest that, or I would hope that, it'll be somewhere in the vicinity of double what it is now, if not triple what it is now. So currently the DICJ website, which only counts operational machines on the floor, is 14,500, plus all the LT gaming product that's out there, probably gets up to around about 17,500. So I'd imagine that maybe in 10 years' time, 50,000 wouldn't be out of the reach of Macau. So I think there's good opportunity.
Asia, and more specifically Macau, is now a very important part of the world gaming landscape. What do manufacturers need to be mindful of when dealing with the Asian market?
The main thing to be mindful of is that the client base that you're dealing to. There's a difference between the client base in the United States than what there is in China. The major difference being that a gaming machine that's made for the American market is made for more of an entertainment structure, so it tends to go like that, whereas the Asian player's a gambler and they want games that are more volatile. In the United States, if you have a jackpot that goes over $1,250, the taxman comes and taps you on the shoulder and takes a percentage of it. If you're a local, 20%. If you're not a local, 30%. So the games here are designed to have some big prizes, where in the US they don't want to have too many over 1,250. So a totally different game. You've got to make the right games for the market. You've got to make sure that they've got appeal, the right colours, the right feng shui. The Asian market has a lot of different beliefs and superstitions in the way they like to have things done, so you've got to try and cater to all of those markets. And they're different as well. There's slightly different market in Singapore to what there is in India, as what there is in the Philippines, so you've got to try and cater to all markets. So.
Currently, what are the most popular selling games for IGT in Asia?
The most popular game that we have currently is West Journey Treasure Hunt, which is based on a very famous Chinese fable or story. Can be seen on probably 3 different television stations around Macau at any given time, different versions of it. My wife watches 2 of them. My wife's a local Macau Chinese lady, and she watches them all the time, and it has good player appeal, and it's doing the best for us around Asia.
As well as manufacturing gaming machines, IGT is a leading system supplier. How important is the system part of the business compared to the gaming machines part?
The systems side of our business is a very, very important part of our business. It gives us cash flow because it's monthly payments plus the initial investment that they make. So we get good revenue out of that, which allows us to, pay for basically our offices in Asia, and the selling of machines is a bonus over and above that. So systems is very important to us, and an integral part of all of the casinos. Macau, originally there were no systems here. When Sands opened up, they had a system. SJM didn't have any. Over time, SJM put some slots in because the Macau government required that slots had online reporting. And now most of the casinos, it's being legislated that they've got to have full reporting, so the DICJ has access to their online system at all times. So the DICJ can log in at any time and check and see how the performance is in any casino at any given time.
A lot of people have talked about the impact of social media and social gaming on electronic gaming machines manufacturers. What's your view on the likely impact of social gaming on the industry?
On the industry, I think it'll only enhance the industry. I don't think it'll have a detrimental effect on the casino industry. I think that social media, either by the internet or by mobile phone devices being able to access product, will only introduce more people to the product, and when they come to the casinos they'll play it. Because playing in the casino is a totally different environment than playing on the internet at home. It's a far more exhilarating experience playing on a machine. We have IGT has an internet gaming site called Double Down, and that was on Facebook. It's a poker site on Facebook, or the internet gaming site on there. We're making good revenue out of that at the moment. We only have it in legalised jurisdictions. And the same games that you can play on our machines in the casino, you can play on Facebook, and it's also on our mobile gaming. We have the same games available on mobile gaming. So it's just transporting the concept from one medium to another, and it's only going to grow.
Macau slot machine GGR is a very large number in dollar terms, but as a percentage still only represents about 5% of the local gaming market. But what do you think that number can grow to, and how long do you think that is likely to take?
I think that I'd hate to put a number on it, because Baccarat, as you know, is up over the 90% of overall revenue here, and that is a passion that everyone has. And the limited amount of marketing that casinos can actually do in China, people through word of mouth, and the Baccarat just keeps on promulgating its own self. But I believe that gaming revenue here over time will grow. The casinos would like it to grow. The reason they'd like it to grow is there's a far better margin on slots. So the margin on junket business is probably a third of what it is on the slot machines. So for every dollar that's actually won by the casino in a junket room, 3 times more out of every dollar goes in their pocket that comes from a slot machine than it does out of a junket room. Right? So the casinos would like it to grow, we'd like it to grow, and overall, the history of casinos around the world, most jurisdictions have started off predominantly tables. Las Vegas was a table venue, and slots gradually grew, and now it's probably 65 to 75% of revenue in Las Vegas comes from slot machines. In Australia, the casinos used to open up, and when they opened up, they were majority tables. But over time, it tends to go to 55% slots, 60% slots. So over time, that same thing will happen in Macau. Maybe not to that extent, but it will improve quite dramatically over the next 5 to 10 years.
The DICJ recently informed manufacturers and operators that any machines that didn't with certain responsible gaming standard at the end of April 2014 will need to be removed from the gaming floor. How has this impacted IGT?
It hasn't impacted us a great deal at all. We've got all of our games that come out of the US, they have continuous play. The two main things are continuous play and the ability to be able to insert notes in the machine while the game's in play. The reality is that the inserting notes into a machine doesn't make any difference if you don't have continuous play. IGT machines all have a setting in the machine where you can disable it. So it's not an issue for our machines out of the US, and our machines, our games that we get coming out of Australia, they do accept notes while the game's in play, but we have a resolution in place, and that'll be well in place, if not before the end of this year, in January or February, so it won't affect us at all.
What strategies is IGT employing to increase its market share in Macau?
IGT is continually looking to increase its market share all around the world, but specifically in Macau, we've been doing a lot of market research. We've done market research in conjunction with some of the bigger casinos here. We had around about 1,000 people we interviewed across MGM, City of Dreams and Galaxy Macau. They were wonderful to help us out, and we did interviews with staff, asking questions about likes of colours, the setup, the structure of screen, how we should supply information to them, what sort of volatility they like on machines, and that information we're taking and incorporating it into new games that we're making specifically for the Macau market. If they work here, they'll work around the world, I think, because a lot of Chinese gamblers everywhere in the world. If you go to California, the majority of players in California are Chinese as well in the casino. So if we make a good product for Macau, I believe it'll give us leverage worldwide to do a lot better. So that's our major strategy, is to look at interviewing people, the players, getting their feedback. Just recently we did another one where we did 200 people in our office. We brought them in from mainland China and from Hong Kong and interviewed them in our office and got them to play machines and got them to give us feedback on the specifics of the machines and how they'd like to be seen. This market here historically is a league progressive market. IGT historically has never ever sold that product, but now we've got 3 or 4 different products that are coming into the market that are for sale, which will cater to that specific niche of the market here, which is about 30–35% of all product here is linked progressive on slots.
Well, thank you very much, Mike, and we'll see you next time on MGSTV.
Thank you very much, Winnie.